Worthwhilers, welcome back. It's been ages. I'm sorry I've been away. Been having a bit of a break. Haven't posted a vid for a while, since April. I did Boston Marathon. That was a crazy experience. Go and watch that video if you haven't seen it. But since then, it's now, October. I mean, I haven't been having a break from much other than just posting videos, but had to do that for a little while. I just felt like it. And here we are, late October. We have my first 100K race coming up in 6 days. All right, so I'm just going to give you a bit of an update on what things have been happening in the last few months rather than having had already provided you with weekly videos. So where are we? Basically, we had Boston, had a couple of months just downtime after that, still running, taking it easy. Then K-Mac and I went on an awesome holiday over to Europe. We saw Spain and Portugal and Morocco. We rode camels in the desert, in the Sahara. It was crazy. Came back, it was August, started ramping up my training because I signed up for the Great Ocean Trail Ultra. We're heading there in a few days, training for a few months for that. It was going really well, until September 21st. I ran the Run Pre half marathon. I wanted to go for a half marathon PB. You can probably see where this is going, but it was a little bit risky running a road race late in the block for a ultramarathon, my first 100K event a month away from the race. But I did it anyway, got my PB, 126, really happy with that. The stupid mistake that I made was doing an interval session 2 days later, which I'd, reduced the reps and thought I was being smart, but in hindsight, I was really being stupid doing that session at all. I had nothing to gain. No anaerobic work was really needed for what I'm about to do. So after I did that race, I had my PB in the bag. It was really dumb. Rookie mistake by me. But anyway, got a bit worried because I had this lower left leg pain. I thought I'd done an injury. It wasn't going away after a week or so, so I went to the physio. Physio had a little bit of concern too, suggested I go and get a scan. First time I've ever done that. There was like a 5% chance he thought that I had a stress fracture in my femur. So I got a bit worried, but that night I went and got the scan. The scan came back all clear, no stress fracture. There was no soft tissue injury. There was no muscular injury. It was basically completely clear of any type of injury. We've deduced that it was a nerve issue. So the sciatic nerve, it's coming out of my back all the way down my leg, and it's flaring up on the lower half of my left leg. So I'm basically just doing like physio / yoga style exercises every day to sort of bring tension down on that nerve, but I can still run. We did Melbourne Marathon. I ran with President Hoover and she did her debut. So shout out to you, Amy. It was awesome to witness that and run that with you and be part of that. But that was my last long run last weekend. And now we're 6 days away from the 100K race. Round 20 this morning. There's some awareness there on the nerve, but it's not stopping me. It's not really interrupting my running. It's just a bit of discomfort, I suppose, and awareness. This week is just about the final taper into this 100K race. It's going to be my first one, which means no pressure to run fast, no times to worry about, not trying to do anything amazing other than finish the race. So we'll go and do a gear check later in the week, so I'll run you through that. We'll have a couple of jogs, and then we're going to head down to Apollo Bay for the start of that race. So it's going to be a cool week. Let's go. All right, Worthwhilers, it is Wednesday afternoon. We are just 3 days away from the Great Ocean Trail Ultra. Getting exciting now, and it's really about now just making sure I've got all my gear, double checking that we have everything that we need. That's like kit, food, gear, nutrition, and just all the supplies I'm gonna need before, during, and after the race as well. We're gonna just have a quick run over all that stuff now, and then have a quick chat about the plan between now and Saturday morning when the race starts. All right, for the gear, raincoat, hat, beanie, gloves, singlet, shorts, watch, sunnies, heart rate monitor, shoes, socks, spare socks, thermal top. Possibly you need these long waterproof pants if there's extreme weather. Then we got a bunch of soft flasks, which I'll be carrying. There's a dry bag under there. This is my pack, the new pack that I got. And then for other gear, we need 2 headlamps, battery, space blanket, little first aid kit, power bank, bandage, bunch of gels. We'll get on to the nutrition, but I've also got things that I'm going to be carrying that are small, the smallest possible things, because I'm carrying them. So a little sunscreen, little body glide, band-aids, tape for my feet and so forth, microfiber, and then some nutrition, bunch of gels, precision hydration tabs, electrolyte tabs, salt tablets, a whole mixture of that, and a bunch of tailwind fuel powder that'll be going in those flasks. And yeah, obviously some other extra things like some TP. I won't be carrying a whole roll of that, but some is always handy. And then when my legs are destroyed, I'll be hopping in the bath with these babies after it's all said and done. Then as far as food, I'm going to be carrying a bit of food, not all of this. There's 4 or 5 aid stations that will have food, but they're pretty few and far between, over the 100K. So some of this stuff I'll be carrying. And there's also going to be drop bags, which I don't normally use, but on such a long run, I'm going to have a drop bag at the halfway mark. I'll be carrying half of this and eating some before the race, but also carrying half and putting the other half in the drop bag. So as you can see, we got Cokes, LCMs, they're a favorite of mine, and K-Max, these sweet potato sticks. Put these in for the halfway mark as a little reward, some gummy clusters, it's a lot of carbs in there. Cliff bars like my emergency if I get lost, some Stroop waffles. I'll eat most of those lollies before the race. And same with these crackers, just part of the carb load. There'll be plenty of pasta and rice and fruit juice and lollies going in before the race. So I couldn't lay this out on the floor, otherwise this guy would get his hands on it. Not for you, Albert. So that's all the gear and the food. Honestly, like I've done much shorter races, like 50, 60K races where I've needed way more gear, like including the poles and more mandatory kit. Not all of this is mandatory, some of it is. But I won't really be carrying that much. The food and nutrition side of things, obviously that's ramped up a lot because it is such a long distance that's really going to be key, is just making sure I'm getting in so many calories, as basically as much as I can as I keep moving and get through this race. It's going to be crazy. I'm so excited for this. The weather right now in Melbourne is like wild and windy. We've got like 95K wind gusts happening today, Wednesday. However, the weather report for Apollo Bay down that area on Saturday is actually pretty good. It's looking more like a little, like tiny bit of rain, you know, wind, nothing like this. So it's talking like 30K gusts, which is, that's fine. It's pretty much like hardly any wind for a place like the Great Ocean Road area. So if they can hold up anything like that, it's going to be a good day. That's it. We haven't got long to go. Bank a couple of good sleeps, get the carb load really kicking in tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you down there. Wish me luck. All right, we've made it to Apollo Bay. I've got my bib, we're ready to go. K-Max just carb loading for me over here. Nah, I've eaten already. Got to go to the race briefing and then get to bed because it's going to be a very early morning. But yeah, we've checked over the gear. Everything I need to do is done basically. Just head to the briefing and then try and get a few hours kit before a very early start. So see you soon. All right, good morning, we're here. Even K-Max out of bed. It's not even 5 a.m. We're getting ready to go. First 100K, maiden voyage for the new pack. Apollo Bay to the 12 Apostles. Let's go. Let's go,
everybody.
let's
Have
go.
an awesome day out there. Appreciate you all. On the count of 3, 2, 1. Go!
Woo!
Thanks for coming through.
Good morning, good morning. Yes, we're back on the beach, let's go. All right, we got through the first aid station. Coming up to 23k, 2.5 hours. Great conditions. Getting in as much fuel as possible while the going is good on the Tum Tum. Here we go. Woo-hoo. Yes. Let's go. Hey. Yeah, baby. How good is this? Woo! Yes, indeedy. Woo! 37.5k. Shit. It's chugging along. All right, it's coming over a nice bridge here. Woo! Good on you guys. Thanks for coming out. Woohoo! 44k. Woo! She's pretty. She is pretty. Pretty decent views around here. Have a look at this one. Woo! Yes. All right, we are just about to tick over on my watch. That beep, 50k. So we might be just shy of halfway on the course, but that's 50 on the watch, so happy with that. 5 more k is one of the major aid stations, and hopefully KMAC will be there. All right, got a big run along the beach here. It is stunning. Woo! Gives you a lift.
Looking fresh as a daisy, Miller.
All right, I caught up with KMAC at the 55k aid station at Joanna Beach, so refueled on gels and food and ate a few baked spuds, about 3 little cans of Coke. Look at this. And even changed my socks for a little treat. Ooh, that feels nice. Anyway, so we're just over 55k, coming up to 56. And yeah, just like a marathon in a bit. That's all we got to do from here. Let's go. Ooh, it's hurting now. 64 point something. But the views are getting better as we go. Makes the pain that little bit easier to deal with. Alrighty, you just ticked over 70k. Oh, everything is hurting. My running style right now is a bit of a mixture between the Kath and Kim power walk and the run that I do when I'm naked going into the bathroom at home. Not pretty, folks. All right, I'm just about to hit 75, which means that was the distance I got in the backyard ultra. So every K from here is a new distance PB. We're in uncharted territory. There was an aid station just back there, so cool, I refueled a bit, but it's gonna be a little bit of a death march here, but we'll get it done. Let's go. Okay, so 85k, that's a 10k distance PB. I've got to get to this last aid station, which is 89. KMAC will be there, but the brutal part is that's also the finish, but you've got to do an 11k out and back from the last aid station to finish the race. But the turnaround point is a lookout for the 12 apostles, so we got to get there before sundown. I'm chasing the sun, come on. .94. Course is a bit long too, so I think we got to get to 102. God damn. All right, yes, I've made it. There they are, the couple of apostles. I'm not sure how many are left, but let's just say there's 12 because it's taken a long time to get here. We did it, baby. Now we just got to get back to the finish line, which I already saw before. All right, let's go.
Congratulations, well done, mate. Great run. There's your finisher's buckle. Well done, mate. Great run.
Great event. Woo! All right, 15 and a bit hours later, we made it. We got the buckle. I'm buckled, so that's quite fitting. Yeah! Woo! Let's go! Everyone's crushing it out there. What an event. GOTU 100. Woo! Well, I'm glad that's over. I live in this tub now. Thanks for watching. 100k done in the bag. We'll see you in the next one. I'm going back to parkrun.